All right, thank you very much for staying with Metropole Business Center. This is Tech Tuesday, where we discuss matters technology, and you can get talking to us on our social media pages at Metropole TV KE. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also on YouTube. Now, let's talk matters housing. And building your home can become a real headache, hence the likes of the Big Four agenda on housing being implemented by the government so far. But before we even go further, let's look at some of the construction industry data and how the industry has performed so far. And looking at the reported number of residential buildings, because today we are discussing home building or home ownership. Looking at that, a reported number of residential buildings completed, that's from the year 2015 to 2016 on private, that's private residential buildings. We see that it was at 7,834 and yes, that's on private. And the year 2016 it went up by 8,806. So there's quite a margin there, or a difference. So you can clearly see how the private residential performed for the years 2015 and 2016. But looking at the public, wow. So the year 2016, you have nothing on. Yeah, the year 2015 was at 45, the number, and the year 2016 at 1,062. The year 2017, 1,164. So you looking at that table that we have there, you can clearly see that there's a very big, huge margin between the private and the public residential buildings that were completed for the years 2015 all the way to the year 2019. We are joined by Mr. Kishan Bandere, who is the founder Inuua. Karibu sana, Kishan.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be here.
Great. Yes, now clearly I've seen what the data has stipulated, but a lot has happened in the construction industry. But talk to us about the initiative that Inuua has to ensuring affordable homes in the country. Yes.
Once again, thank you for having us here. Inuua almost came across as part of a challenge that was issued to me by my mentor a long time back, saying who actually was instrumental in developing Buruburu and other estates. After that, I had done my thesis and been involved in the real estate industry with a team of professionals with a cumulative experience of over 100 years, and we felt that it's time that we did something as well. And after I did my thesis, I felt that there was this real need, and then we created Inuua as a platform. So Inuua starts by providing affordable plans, engineering drawings, and BQs that allow a good start for any homeowner with a plot to get going. And then our app connects these same as they are constructing their home, they are then connected to suppliers in the area, and we then hope that with the data that is generated off the Inuua platform, the banks and financial institutions, SACCOs, etc., can create fintech products to actually support this. As you can see, the numbers on the data are very high. People are building on their own, so why not support them, since mortgages haven't really taken off. We've only had 25 or 30,000 since independence, while in other countries it goes up to over 70% of homeowners.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Great. So we can have some of your pictures as we talk, and let me come to your simple system that offers modern house plans, and you state each with realistic cost projection. We'll go further and diverse and explore the cost projections that you have, or your rates, and also you have access to suppliers near you and tools to manage your project every step of the way. That is how you sell yourself. But talk to us about your model. Yes, you founded Inuua, but who is your model tailored for?
As we saw from the data,
90%
of the homes in Kenya and Africa are built by the people who own the plots. We feel that those people are first-time homeowners, first-time home builders, and every step of the way they feel a lot of pain. Right? They don't know which supplier to look for, what is the amount of cement they need, steel they need, etc. Often the plans they start with are very rudimentary. They're a sketch, and then they depend on the fundis to guide them and tell them tunataka simiti fulani, etc., etc. The professional way of doing it is to make those plans available to them at a cost-effective rate, which our rate is about 20,000 Kenya shillings, and that includes the building plan, the engineering drawings, and the BQs.
How much is it? About how much?
20,000.
20,000.
Yes,
wow.
for the complete pack. Yes. So that makes it affordable for somebody to access those plans, and they're available online. Yeah.
So with 20,000, what exactly am I getting from you? You can break it
Sure.
down.
To start with, you get the building plans. We help you select them as far as we can. They are tailored to your normal plot sizes that we have in our country, which is 30 by 60, 40 by 80, 50 by 100. And then after that, we actually tell people, don't buy the plan until you are satisfied that it will serve your family for the longer term. Because at this moment, if you think about it, building a home is an expensive proposition.
It is
They're
expensive.
putting a lot of money into it. I would
Yes.
feel very uncomfortable if for 20,000 shillings I've sold a plan, but it doesn't suit somebody for the long run. So we are very careful in what we say. We tell them, until you're comfortable, then you come and you tell us, and then we'll sell you the plan. Yeah.
Great. So when I come to you, I buy a plan, then do you take me through, you know, the guide, like this is where you get your material, this is where you get the right fundi. How do you take them through that journey until you see there is that completion? And have you done that actually, have you done that for someone?
Yes. So we have about 35 plans, 35 houses in different stages of construction. We can show them to you later, but we start with at least telling you how to get your approval done.
We can actually have them up as we speak from the pictures that we have.
So this is the app that we have. So you start on the app first. As you buy the house plan, you then show your location on the app. So you'll mark your plot location. That allows us to help identify suppliers near you. So you can see them on the Google Maps on the far right. Each stage of the construction, you can be shown what it is that you need. It'll also give you some guidance as to what you should look for when you're supervising the site, what materials you need, what labor you should engage, and about at what rate. So it's more a guide rather than a definitive amount. But it'll at least guide you. It's better to have something rather than have nothing at all. Yes.
Great. So you can actually download it from Play Store?
Yes, you can download it on the Google Play Store. And then secondly, as you start the construction, you can see at each stage of construction what you require. Most times it's quite overwhelming because you get a lot of information. People are overwhelmed. Somebody is telling them about this, that, and the other. But we try to provide you with the information you need at the time you need on your mobile phone for your particular plan. So it helps you a little bit to make the process simpler rather than be bombarded by information from all sides and get overwhelmed by it.
Yes. So after every step or every stage, I have to cue in how far I have gone, or how does it exactly work?
As you get comfortable with it, the first stage is probably the difficult one, like most things. But once you finish and take a picture of your stage, that you have finished now the foundation, which is fairly easy to understand, it then takes you to the next stage. So step by step, it leads you along that journey.
It prompts you to the next
It prompts
stage.
you to that next journey. Yes.
Okay, great. So for someone maybe who is watching you, they would like to ask, you have your own house plan, which I'll buy for 20,000. What if I have my own plan, but I want to know where to get the construction materials nearest or closer to me? How does that work?
I think I've been confronted by that question quite a few times. It's just that at this moment in time, it's quite difficult for us to do it with our model. What our model depends on is the architects, the professionals who are involved in creating the plan, depend on it as a recurrent income. So say for every plan we sell, a part goes to them, right?
Yes.
Now, if we started to customize, we are taking away from the architect's job, which is not what we intend to do. Our job is to create a platform where if they wish to submit, they can. And if they have people who want to customize their home plans with them and afford to pay for those rates, then they can go there. We are aiming more for people who can't afford to get professional services.
Great. Okay. You're giving people the housing plan, and there's the architect's job. But yourself as a business, how are you competing against the market? The market is diverse, but where do you stand?
I would say that we have a particular niche because there's quite a lot of people, once they buy their plot, who don't know what to do. They don't know who an architect is, where to go to them, where to find them, whether they can afford them or not. and that really is our market. Most people who will go to architects probably know an architect already, right? And then they will go to them. In our case, most people say, where do I look for house plans? And then they then find Inuua on Google search or on the internet.
Great. So if I don't have 20,000, is there another plan that maybe you can come up with, something on the low side? Yeah.
It makes it difficult because 20,000, to be honest with you, if you have a plot and you intend to build a house, 20,000 is really good value for a building plan, engineering drawings, and a BQ. Most times, if you go to an architect or a QS, etc., for customizing your house plan, building it from scratch, you'll probably pay about 5 to 6 times more than the 20,000. So I think we need to have a threshold where you can decide, yes, I can afford to now build, and I'm committing this to the house plan, to the approval process, etc., and plan yourself towards that, because it's not a purchase like a dress or a shirt. It's you're really committing for a much more longer term.
Yeah, long term
and
goals.
long amounts, big amounts.
Yeah. Okay. You know, for someone who has an app or an application that is yours is doing quite intensive work. So, what can you say are some of the challenges that you're faced when it comes to tackling or dealing with technology, and also dealing with customers or clients on board?
To be honest with you, I'm not a tech person. Me, I'm a person who's done project management and built up myself from there. So we have a tech team that does this part of things. And one thing that we are learning is that to sell a plan is very easy, because plans people are used to. Yeah. But people are not used to managing the project on their phone.
True.
So what we're saying is, look, we can't do everything all together. We will learn at one step at a time. We will try to make it more and more useful to those home builders. So at this stage, I will say that we are now in the point of user testing our app with users who say, no, this thing, it's a bit uncomfortable for us. Please change this, that, and the other. And we're happy to do that with them. And I think I'd mentioned that for the people who participate with us on their home building journey, we're happy to refund the cost of the entire plan to them, right, as a gift voucher.
Wow.
So we work together, we build together, natu inuke, natu inue.
Wow, great. Yes. Okay, so for someone who is maybe earning a monthly income of 80,000, how long will it take for them to own a home, and what advice would you give to them?
I think the most important step is them actually owning a plot. So first you would save up for the plot with a proper legal title. Don't get drawn into schemes that you're not sure of. And then after that, stage by stage, you can build with Inuua. You can then supplement it with some financial aid, whether it's your SACCO, whether it's a bank or something, who will then say, okay, let's take option 1. We do your excavation, and then you'll do your foundation. Hypothetically, it'll take, say, 200,000. Maybe in 2 months, you'll finish that. Then you'll go on to your walling. Maybe it'll take, so pole pole, you'll get, we call it jenga pole pole, in that way. Then we have another scheme that we're trying, another plan that we have that is in the works, where we're calling it Inuua Chap Chap. In Inuua Chap Chap, what we are hoping is to say that we tie up with a bank. We have a first set of plans that allows you to move in with 2 bedrooms. You build that quickly, you have a moratorium, and then instead of paying rent, you now pay the bank. Over a short period of time, you supplement your income, and we're trying to work that out. So if we can do that, after 5 years, say you've paid off your loan, then you build your next phase, at which time you're probably in a different part of your family journey. Yeah.
Wow, great. So as we wrap up, Mr. Kishan, maybe you can take us through some of the future projects you foresee for yourself as Inuua, and that of housing in Kenya. Where do you see housing or owning homes in Kenya in the next near future?
I think our people already build their homes. Inuua's role is really to make it less painful and hopefully more efficient, so they end up saving up to 40%. So what we're doing at the moment is we have a test site, our own test site, where we're refining the project management tool. So whatever we are claiming is what we want to see happening on our site. We also hope that in the next 2 years or so, because we can't take big leaps in this big ecosystem, we hope to see if we can build somewhere where you can recruit labor rather and find the right fundi for yourself. then we hope that we can tie up with counties and other people, financial institutions, who will then also help lubricate.
Partnerships,
or just engagement that says, look, this thing will work. It doesn't have to be so elaborate. We'll just say, look, this SACCO says, I think this thing will work together. Wacha tujaribu pamoja, tuendelee. And we can try it, and we can try this way, we can try with the counties, because we believe that even with the counties, they can see more people coming for approval rather than dodging approval if it's an easier process, like with pre-approved plans. So for example, Inuua's plans can be pre-approved by the counties.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True. I mean, and so far, how has your reception been like so far? How are people receiving your product?
I think the most important thing is, intuitively people understand that there's a need for this. But so the plans are very well received, right? But deciding on a plan or then starting on the home building journey is a longer process. You go past the approvals, then they start building. Using the app, as I said earlier, it's a new thing, so it takes a bit of time. People need to adapt to a different way of doing things. Hopefully we can show them the value of doing it, and step by step we show them how. Not we show them, but they help us learn together that, look, this is getting easier and easier, not so painful and more efficient. So I think we can do it. I think it'll be a long-term journey. I hope we make it.
Great. All right. So as we wrap up, how can people find you? How do they get in touch with you?
Oh, I think I think on our website, we have all our details. The website is www.inuua.net, and that's INUUA.net, and that also has our phone number. So they can easily call us, they can get in touch with us, send us an email. They can even come and visit us if they so wish. We are based at 14 Riverside, where the Dusit Hotel used to be, and we can then engage with them step by step along the way. We try to encourage them to have thought about what they require before they come, and we try to observe COVID protocols at this difficult time.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kishan Banderi, founder Inuua.
Thank you.
All right. So there you have it. And if you'd like to get the Inuua app, Inuua Tujenge app, you can go to your app store, Play Store, and download the app, right?
Yes. It's on Google Play Store at the moment.
At the moment, yes, just on Google.
Not on
all right. Yeah. So there you have it, building a home made easier with housing plans from Inuua Tujenge app. All right, that's all we had prepped for you today, and until next time, be a game changer.